The Päijät-Häme District Court in Finland has sentenced Nigerian-born political activist Simon Ekpa to 6 years imprisonment for terrorism-related offences, among other charges. According to court documents released by the district secretary, Ulla Ristola, and obtained by BBC News Pidgin, the ruling was delivered on Monday, the 1st of September, 2025. The 40-year-old former Lahti municipal politician was found guilty of participating in the activities of a terrorist organization, inciting the public to commit acts of terrorism, aggravated tax fraud, and violating provisions of Finland's Lawyers Act. Following the judgment, the court ordered that Mr. Ekpa remain in custody to serve his sentence. The court's findings. In its decision, the court stated that between August 2021 and November 2024, Simon Ekpa had attempted to advance the independence of the so-called Biafra region in southeastern Nigeria through unlawful means. According to the document, he used social media to gain a politically influential position and exploited confusion within a major separatist movement in Nigeria to secure a significant leadership role. The Finnish court also established that Mr. Ekpa, in collaboration with others, structured the activities of the separatist movement into an increasingly organized network. Under his influence, armed groups were formed and equipped with weapons, explosives, and ammunition through a network of foreign contacts. Furthermore, investigators revealed that Ekpa had repeatedly urged and incited his followers on X, formerly Twitter, to commit violent acts within Nigeria. Despite the overwhelming evidence presented during the trial, Simon Ekpa denied all allegations throughout the proceedings. The case was heard over 12 sessions between May 30 and the 25th of June 2025 and was adjudicated by a 3-judge panel, all of whom unanimously agreed on the verdict. Nigeria's reaction, a watershed moment. Reacting to the development, Nigeria's Minister of Information, Mohammed Idris, described the ruling as a watershed moment in the fight against terrorism and extremism. In an official statement, Idris commended the Finnish judiciary for upholding justice and reaffirming Nigeria's long-standing concerns about the activities of Ekpa and his associates. This verdict represents not just justice for the countless innocent Nigerians whose lives and livelihoods were shattered by the reign of terror incited and financed by Simon Ekpa, but also a milestone in strengthening bilateral relations between Nigeria and Finland, the minister stated. He further emphasized that the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu remains steadfast in defending Nigeria's sovereignty and ensuring peace across the federation. The Tinubu administration is resolute in defending the dignity of every Nigerian. We will continue to deploy diplomatic, military, and judicial resources to safeguard our unity and territorial integrity. Idris also appealed to followers of Ekpa and other armed agitators to lay down their weapons and embrace peace, stressing that Nigeria is large enough for all its citizens, but progress cannot thrive where violence and division reign. Background to the case. Simon Ekpa's legal troubles began in December 2024, when Finnish authorities arrested him on suspicion of terrorist activity and public incitement to commit crimes with terrorist intent. Investigators alleged that he had been spreading separatist propaganda on social media between the 23rd of August 2021 and late 2024, while the Finnish National Bureau of Investigation also detained 4 other men in connection with the case. Charges against them were later dropped due to insufficient evidence. Who is Simon Ekpa? Born in Ebonyi State, southeastern Nigeria, Simon Ekpa's early life was far from politics. He was an athlete, known for his prowess in the 100 meters sprint, long jump, and triple jump. He represented Nigeria at the 2003 Africa U20 Championships, where he won a silver medal in the triple jump. His athletic talent later took him to Finland, where he eventually became a naturalized citizen and represented his new country in international competitions until a knee injury ended his sporting career in 2009. Settling in the Finnish city of Lahti, Ekpa married a Finnish woman, Marianne Sekajärvi, with whom he has a son. Although the couple later separated, Ekpa remained in Finland and entered local politics. In a surprising turn of events, he was elected to the Lahti Municipal Council under the National Coalition Party, NCP, Finland's ruling conservative party. From politics to separatism, Ekpa rose to prominence as a fierce supporter of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, a movement seeking to secede from Nigeria and form the independent state of Biafra. Following Kanu's arrest by Nigerian authorities in 2021, he reportedly appointed Ekpa as the successor to continue broadcasting IPOB messages on Radio Biafra. However, internal disagreements soon emerged, prompting Ekpa to break away and form his own faction, known as the Autopilot Movement, which continued to promote secessionist ideology across social media platforms. Under this faction, several violent attacks were allegedly coordinated in southeastern Nigeria, prompting widespread condemnation and international scrutiny. Legal controversies in Finland. Beyond the terrorism charges, the court also found Simon Ekpa guilty of violating the Finnish Lawyers Act. Investigations revealed that he had established a law firm, Ekpa & Co. Oy, in 2015, offering legal services ranging from immigration assistance to criminal defense, despite not holding a valid license to practice law. Reports from Finnish journalists indicated that it was actually his ex-wife, Marianne Sekajärvi, a licensed attorney, who handled most of the firm's legal cases. Although Ekpa claimed to possess a master's degree in human rights law from Aberystwyth University in the United Kingdom, he later admitted that the qualification did not entitle him to represent clients in Finnish courts. The broader implications, what Ekpa's conviction means. The sentencing of Simon Ekpa has not only marked a defining moment in Finland's judicial history, but also reshaped the global conversation about cross-border extremism and digital radicalization. For years, Nigerian authorities had accused Ekpa of using social media platforms to incite violence across the southeastern region of Nigeria, often issuing directives for so-called sit-at-home orders that paralyzed economic activities and led to countless civilian casualties. Despite being based in Europe, Ekpa's influence spread rapidly through online broadcasts and video messages. His conviction, therefore, stands as a symbolic victory against transnational terrorism and underscores the growing commitment of Western nations to cooperate with African governments in the fight against extremism. According to legal analysts in Helsinki, the verdict sets a strong legal precedent for how European countries may treat individuals who use their freedom of expression as a shield for violent political agendas. The Finnish court's decision shows that freedom of speech does not extend to incitement of violence or terrorism, regardless of geographical or political justification. One legal expert commented. Finland-Nigeria relations strengthened. In diplomatic circles, the ruling is being hailed as a boost to Nigeria-Finland relations, which had previously been strained by Ekpa's activities. For months, Nigerian diplomats had pressured the Finnish government to take decisive action, arguing that the activists' broadcasts were fueling instability back home. With the court's decision, Finland has now reaffirmed its stance as a partner committed to global peace and counter-terrorism collaboration. The Nigerian government expressed optimism that this cooperation will open doors for further intelligence sharing, cybersecurity coordination, and joint enforcement against transnational crime networks. This ruling is a triumph of diplomacy, justice, and mutual respect between two nations determined to uphold the rule of law, said a senior Nigerian diplomat based in Helsinki. The human cost and ongoing impact. Back in Nigeria, communities across the southeast continue to count the human and economic toll of the secessionist violence linked to Ekpa's directives. Businesses were forced to shut down for days at a time. Roads became unsafe. Families lost breadwinners to clashes triggered by militant factions claiming allegiance to his cause. Many residents now hope that his conviction will mark a turning point, a moment for healing, reconciliation, and reconstruction. "We just want peace to return," said a resident of Enugu. "If his arrest and sentencing can stop the bloodshed, then maybe our people can finally breathe again." Civil society groups and community leaders have echoed similar sentiments, urging the Nigerian government to use the momentum of the judgment to invest in dialogue, education, and youth empowerment as tools for long-term peace in the region. Who is Simon Ekpa today? As he begins his 6-year sentence, Simon Ekpa's future remains uncertain. From a promising athlete who once carried Nigeria's flag on the international stage to a political figure now convicted of terrorism offences, his story reflects the complex intersection of ambition, ideology, and radical influence in the digital age. Though he continues to maintain his innocence, claiming his actions were political advocacy rather than terrorism, the Finnish court's verdict has drawn a clear line. Inciting violence under the guise of activism carries real consequences. A defining chapter. The Simon Ekpa case will likely be remembered as a defining chapter in Nigeria's long struggle against separatist extremism and a lesson in how technology can both unite and destroy. For Finland, it has tested the strength of democratic institutions and their ability to uphold justice without prejudice. For Nigeria, it represents justice for victims whose stories have long been overshadowed by online propaganda. And for the global community, it serves as a warning that in the interconnected world of social media and instant influence, accountability has no borders.